are definitely opportunities for crofters and farmers to sell their produce. A lot of customers and consumers from Scotland and other areas within the UK are travelling looking for real authentic experiences, and part of that authentic experience is to sample the range of food and drink that's on offer.
All our produce is currently organic, but that's not the big thing for customers. You know, they want local produce that's not wrapped in plastic. There is such an opportunity for local producers to get on board and start growing the stock. We find it extremely difficult to get good quality produce, locally, and that's the massive problem. We'd love to be able to obviously get local products, but it's just not really feasible at the moment in the quantities that we need.
At the moment, demand way outstrips supply, and there's a great opportunity going forward for, particularly through grant schemes that are available for crofters to diversify into these, into these units to be able to meet the demand.
We're using organic wholesalers down in Bathgate called Organic World. So they source from kind of lots of different producers all over. Mainly all their root reg is Scottish produce. Obviously, the further, more exotic, obviously can't be grown in Scotland.
Social media is a great opportunity. Social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, it is a brilliant way to promote your produce. It's free. It's a free method of advertising, and it's also great because it's very visual. There's also some more novel examples at the moment, one of which is farm vending. There's farm vending as a concept, as it sort of says on the tin, is a vending machine on a farm or a croft, and that's a great way for crofters to sell their produce but also work together. Processing produce also adds to the longevity of the product. So something that might naturally go off in say a few weeks, if you were to process it into sort of jams, pickles, preserves of that type of thing, you can increase the shelf life by months. The other benefit of processing produce is that you can utilise fruit or veg that perhaps is not aesthetically pleasing. So a lot of selling to restaurants or hotels, they want produce to look good on the plate. That's effectively they want it to look and taste good. But as we both know, you can't always get the perfect produce. So just that ability to process that produce, it's still as tasty. It reduces food waste, and it provides an opportunity to process it and still add value to it.
Everyone's obviously aware of the plastic issue. The other really important thing is obviously food miles. We decided that we'd just start a veg box system, so where customers could just go online, choose what they wanted, and then it was delivered the next week for them. We're now at the stage where we could sort of start our initial plan with the shop. A lot of customers wanted somewhere where they could get fruit and veg, but obviously not wrapped in all the plastic.
Storytelling in food and drink is hugely important, and an example that came from the Isle of Skye, the location of the croft was very close to the Three Chimneys. I was chatting away to the crofter's son and just happened to ask, do you have a Saturday job type of thing? And he said, yeah, I work at the Three Chimneys. And it so turned out that he said, I have to serve the lamb dish. His family croft, they had about 350 blackface ewes, and they were supplying the Three Chimneys. And that story, that the consumer sitting there at the table to get a real authentic meal, that is then the story is provided by the crofter's son themselves, that is priceless.